Warning, the following program contains scenes of graphic stupidity between a man and some games. Don't take anything I don't say too serious, I'm just messing around. This video should not be viewed by anyone.
How's it going, everybody? Today we are jumping back in Scum and we are going to be taking a look at update 0.96 called Fame Seekers. Now, as I'm making this video, the update is not yet fully released, but we are going to check out some of the upcoming features that this new update is going to bring to the game on a developer test branch. And first up, we have two new weapons. We have a new variation of the Scar, which uses 5.56 instead of 308, and we are going to be able to use M16 magazines with it. It doesn't look like we need specific Scar mags for it as far as I can tell. And we also have this new spectral scope that we can put on the Scar as well. But speaking of new things, the Mag-10 has been added to the game. We need specific Mag-10 magazines for it, and it also has a dedicated Mag-10 suppressor, and it uses 9mm. And we can also put a rail on it and attach a sight like a red dot. And sticking with new items for a quick second, we now have armbands, and with the addition of armbands, the floating names above our teammates have been removed. And we also have a new head torch that we can wear on our forehead. And the cruiser has made its way back into the game as well. Now, a really big addition that this update has brought is the turrets, and we can actually craft 5 different types of turrets that we can use to protect our bases. We have the improvised basic turret, which uses anything from 12 gauge to 9mm, and it has a range of 25 meters. There is also the improvised 50 cal turret, which is of course going to use 50 BMG, and it is going to have a range of 50 meters, and for this thing we actually need an item from the mechs. If we want to craft it, we are going to need a 50 cal sentry rifle. We also have a flamethrower turret, and we are going to need gasoline for this thing, and it is going to have a range of 20 meters. There is also the minigun turret that is going to use 7.62 ammunition, and it is going to have a range of 50 meters. And again, for this one, if we want to craft it, we are going to need a sentry minigun. And lastly, we have the rocket turret. It's gonna use any sort of RPG rockets, and it will have a massive range of 100 meters. Now, if you want to build one, we of course need a flag, and we also need some power to turn them on, so we are going to need a generator. And this thing will blast the zombies, the wildlife, and of course enemy players. And speaking of players, the movement has been reworked a bit as well. We are no longer able to fully sprint with a big assault rifle in our hands, and one single jump is going to literally consume 50% of our stamina, so no more bunny jumping around. And lastly, the biggest addition is of course quests. We can pick them up from our phone, from these quest books over at the traders, and from these quest boards that we can find in some of the major towns around the map. Now, from what I understand, right now we have over 150 quests, and there are 3 quest types. From what I've seen so far, we have quests where we gotta find a certain item. We have quests where we have to take out a zombie or the razors. I guess we can call them kill quests. For example, we have to take out zombies with a bow. And then I have also seen these quests where we have to sabotage some air conditioners or check some phone booths for bugs. But I haven't really been able to mess with those on this test branch. We're gonna have to wait for the full release to kind of mess around with those. But when it comes to the rewards, we are going to get money and fame, and 4 of the traders from the outposts are actually going to have quests for us. But we are going to have to unlock them. The guy at the general goods store is unlocked, but we are going to have to complete a certain amount of quests for him in order to unlock the quests at the armory. As we can see here, it says to complete more quests at the general goods store before we can access his quest book at the armory. And then we have to do a bunch of quests at the armory in order to unlock the mechanic, and then do the mechanics quest in order to be able to unlock the medic. So we have to go from one trader to the other, complete quests at the general goods store, then go over to the armory, the mechanic, and lastly the medic. But there we go, these are some of the biggest additions that this 0.96 update is going to bring to the game. Do please let me know down below what you guys think about all of these things. And thank you so much for taking the time to check out the video. I hope you have enjoyed. In case you did, be sure to drop some stuff and things down below. Make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one with some more video games.